Good morning. Hi. Come on in. I'm back. As promised, I have the long awaited video for you. But before we get into that, welcome back to those that have been here before. For those of you that are new, you have just entered Connie's Little Corner. And yes, that makes me Connie. If you are new here, you can go down below in the description box. You can find a whole bunch of information. Before I get into details and before we get started with my little camping adventure, I want to show you an item that I just got that would have been a blessing while Levi and I were camping, and it's definitely going to be a blessing and going with me on my next adventure. This is a small, portable, multi-function, wireless rechargeable mini juicer. Blender, juicer, a little bit of everything. It's made by the company SCHWUA, and they have provided me this sample to show it to you. And I got to tell you, Mom and I tried this out yesterday afternoon. We experimented. And the flavors we experimented with yesterday was cucumber with cherry. Absolutely delicious. But I want to show you everything about this. Number one, it comes beautifully packed in bubble wrap. Nice top. This is portable. So when you're done mixing it, you simply unscrew it from the base, pop on your top, which does screw on. Nice, really dark, beautiful navy blue color. Stretchy band, very, very tight drink spout on the top, extremely tight. I like that. Chargeable, rechargeable with a little USB cord, and you don't need anything longer than this. It's just enough to charge the base. This is absolutely gorgeous. Packed in bubble wrap, packed in paper, and yes, I did rinse it out, so you might see a little bit of water spots. Isn't this absolutely adorable? Look at this. This is not real big. It's only about 8 inches tall and a few inches wide. But let me tell you a little bit about it. All right. This is made from high quality PCTG plastic. The juicer blender combination, it's wear resistant and it's drop resistant. Now, I'm not going to drop it to prove it to you, but I believe it. It has good durability. So it makes it good for me to be able to take it with me on a camping trip. It's got a very powerful 1800 megahertz battery. So you have both the convenience of cordless use and the ability to blend up to 8 cups on a single charge. And this is about a cup. This container is about a cup. So you can use it over and over again before it runs out of a charge. It's got stainless steel 6-blade knife. There you go with the knives, and it performs at different angles. So it cuts to get the juice out and turn everything nice and smooth at the same time. It, as I just showed you, it does come with the lid, and it makes it very easy to make your juice, your blending, whatever you want to make while you're traveling. So I am really impressed with this. This is very sturdy, very nicely made. I love the dark navy color with the copper band on it. This is where you would charge it. Here's your power switch. We're going to put this to use just like I did yesterday with Mama. Today, I'm just doing watermelon. I had some leftover watermelon cubes, and I didn't cut them any particular size. I figured we're going to see what the blender can do. I think that's about right. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top because I do have to leave room for the blades, right? Another thing I want to show you, this has rubber seal in the bottom, and there's your locking mechanism. So this gives you a really nice tight seal. Screw it on nice and snug, and when it engages, it'll blink. So when it hits that little knob that's sticking up there, you know it's secure. And then you just push your button. Did find yesterday you have to shake it a little bit to get it juicy. Look at that. When it's completely done juicing, it stops. It just literally stopped itself because it had nothing left to chew on. I can turn it back on if I want to mix it more and turn it off. It stopped itself. So it took that whole thing and chopped it down in no time to nothing. And I put it on there very tight. Whoops. I'm going to screw the top on. And I love this because I have the handle. And this is a good, sturdy, stretchy, rubberized handle. There's my little container. There's my drink. It's like sucking on watermelon without the chunks. I'm sorry you can't enjoy this the way I am, but cheers. You've got to check this out. It's absolutely amazing product. As with any other bullet, make sure you just rinse it carefully when you're done. And this bottom part I will not put in the dishwasher, but the top part and the lid, these two pieces are 100% BPA free and they are dishwasher safe, so you can throw them into the dishwasher. What can I say? I love this thing. I wish I had it when I was camping, and I want to thank the company. If you want to get yours, there will be a link down below in the description box, and you will get a 20% discount by using my discount code, which I'll put right up there. And yep, it's my name. So tell them Connie sent you by typing in KONNEE. Get your 20% discount on this. They do have other items, but this is the thing that I needed and that I wanted. And I am so thankful that I have it. You won't regret using it. So get yourself one, okay? Okay. Now we're getting on to some camping with Temu. Yay! I'm finally getting the video out to you guys. Are you excited? I just hope you're not disappointed. As I started to say in the beginning of the video, if you are new to Temu, go down below. You can grab my link. From there, you can download the Temu app. Within the first 24 hours of downloading that app, you will get 30% off your first order if you use my code, which I'll put right up here for you, AFC95851. That will also get you a $100 coupon bundle for future use. And a whole bunch of little freebies and daily credits and all sorts of things. Temu is absolutely wonderful. Those of you that have shopped it and followed my channel for a while know, oh, there goes Levi doing his little dance. I see that happy tail, Mr. Levi. He's like, we're going to be talking about camping, Mommy. Yes, we are. Okay, so last week, Levi and I went camping. We were gone for, 3/4 of the day, from like noon until night one day, the full next day, and then a few hours on the following day. So we spent 2 nights camping. And while we were camping, I got to tell you, it was absolutely amazing. Everything that I used, with the exception of my 2 pans, everything else was Temu. So in all these different shots and these different videos I'm going to show you, you're going to see the Temu products, or I'll put a little arrow pointing to the Temu products so that you can see everything that I made use of. Everything from my sunshade, my poles, my tent, my bed, the tripod that I put my camera on. Now you'll have to forgive me because I did all this recording on my cell phone and I'm not used to doing that. I only have a little Android, so I don't usually record using my phone. I use my little notebook, so to speak. So let's get us started. I'm going to show you a video of going down the road, and then I'm going to show you a picture of how Levi travels in the car. And I think you'll get a big charge out of it. So let's take a look at that. When we got to the campsite, obviously I had some setting up to do. So the first thing I did was I put the tarp down and I set up the tent, which took me less than a minute. This tent went together beautifully. I put on the little topper that I had gotten for the tent to go over the mechanisms to protect them from the sun and any other kind of weather, keeps the mechanism working properly. And then I set up the sunshade. Now, I will give you a little warning that in this video that I'm going to show you of the setup, you're going to see some claret, some of the red stuff right around this finger like a V. So if that bothers you, turn away because it's part of the video and I don't know if I can block it out or not. I'm going to try. It was just a little nick, but you know when the skin is really thin right here, it does you know what, okay? The red stuff comes out. It didn't faze me. It didn't stop. And later on in the following piece of the video, you'll see actually how tiny. Remember I showed you that camping knife I had gotten? That sucker was seriously sharp. So check out the setup that we got here.
Sunshade is up. Tent is up with a little tent topper on it. And obviously, first injury of the camping trip. There's always going to be one. That little blue knife I showed you is seriously sharp and it slipped and gave me a cut, but nothing bad. It only bled for like 30 seconds. It just looks terrible. Right now I'm taking a breather because it is about 100 degrees and I've been working hard, but the tent is up and I've got the mattress halfway inflated. I'll take a little breath and then go back to work. First campfire dinner, all in one pan, nice and easy, yummies, right? Pasta Alfredo with ham and a little bit of extra cheese. Look at that burner. Can you see that it's gray? It was silver, but the heat turned it gray. So I know it's too hot to handle until it turns silver again. The wind guard is on. There you go. You see the wind guard. Pretty cool, huh? Everything worked. I used my little stand as a temporary table. I have Levi's food set up over here. My casual chair with my table. Oh, that's the wash bucket. This is what I will do the dishes in. And right across the street, right over there behind that building, is a wash station where you can get not only water, but you can do your dishes. And in that particular building on the right, that is showers. And in the little building, that is bathrooms. And the tent, she is looking good. I am seriously happy. Look. There's my inflatable mattress, my pillow, plenty of room to walk in there, lots of space. That's about 2 feet of space on that side and just a few inches at the very, very end. So I have lots of room in here. Levi's blanket, my jammies. I'm so excited, but I'm very disappointed. Nice picnic table too, isn't that cool? Look, I washed my car before coming up here. Is that not the craziest thing you ever heard of? His Highness has made himself at home. He loves laying on the mat under the shade. This is camping with Temu. Look at all this. This is beautiful. I'm surrounded by mountains. Look, all the way around. Nothing but absolutely gorgeous. No buildings, no city lights, no traffic, no cars. Look at the sunset. Look at this. This is wow. Seriously, if I had one of them big walk-in tents, I could live out here for a long time. But this is great. But this part is not so great. It's wonderful that it comes with a built-in barbecue. However, I didn't know it, but there's a fire ban. And it clearly says the fire ban includes wood and charcoal. Propane is acceptable. So even though I brought firewood, I can't make a fire. I'm sad, but that's all right. I will watch the sunset. Levi and I will sit. I've got my Temu lantern hanging out here, so I have some light. It charges in the sun. I got my boy with me. I couldn't be happier. I'm using everything. See, there's the water bag. This sunshade is a Temu sunshade being held on by the Temu suction cups and the Temu camping poles, the Temu cords. No, that's not a Temu chair, but that is the Temu table. And that table will go inside with me tonight. I'll take off the bottom half of the legs and it'll go inside with me for tonight. And over there I have all my supplies. And yes, there's my porta potty, but because I'm so close to the restrooms, I'm not going to use it as a porta potty. I am using it as a trash can. Pretty cool, huh? I'll be back in a bit when the sun goes down. First night in the tent with Mr. Levi. Lots of space. That's his nighttime snacks to keep him calm. Front door all screened in. Nice roomy walkway. Plenty of space. Temu rechargeable light hanging from the ceiling. Back door. And of course, Mr. Levi hugging the bed on his blankie. Quite comfortable on the air mattress. Lots of room for both of us. I've got the back door closed. The coyotes have already been howling. And actually, it's kind of a peaceful sound. It doesn't really faze me much. Night-night. Well, good morning, family. It's time for a little breakfast. The site workers woke me up this morning coming in and cleaning the restrooms. So I figured, well, I might as well get up. It's a beautiful, cool morning. It's only 74 degrees. And Mr. Levi and I are going to have our breakfast. So let's get ready, shall we? Little camping breakfast, my little camping stove. Gotta love this thing. In she goes. Lock it down. Fire it up. Just like that, we're burning. Yay! And we are going to start our breakfast with bacon. Bacon and eggs, and I'm debating on whether or not to do toast. I don't know if any of you have ever had camping toast. We'll see. Yes, my hands are clean. Nice smoked bacon. Look at that. Who says you can't have something good when you're camping, right? Oh, I don't know if you can hear the sizzle, but it's already going. And I may cook most of the bacon simply because I don't want it to spoil, and I may have it later with lunch. But I'm cooking half of it. I'm going to get some bread and we'll think about toast. As organized as I am, you'll never guess what I forgot. I forgot my coffee and I forgot my pre-made milk. But I'm all right. I've got plenty of iced tea and that will suffice for now. Oh, I wish you could smell this bacon. Can you hear it? Bacon's done. Nice crispy bacon. Eggs are in the same pan, cooking up. Doing scrambled this morning. Tomorrow morning I might do sunny side up. Gotta get my plate. I don't like runny eggs, just in case you couldn't tell. And my flame just went out. There we go. Light it back up again. Take the pan off because I'm going to make toast. Back, Levi. Campfire toast. Got to be quick about it or you'll burn your toast. There you go, there's a piece. That's it, all toasted. Off and done. Breakfast of champions. Bacon, toast, and eggs. Have a great morning.
Look at some of these pictures I'm going to put up here. The cluster of 3 of them all close to each other. More than likely they got seeded one from the other, but they all grew up at the same time because they're all very similar in size. And then this giant one with the multi-arms coming up, it looked like an upside down octopus, right? Everything was so, so beautiful. And this was everything that was all surrounding me. Now, after our meals, Levi and I did walk over to the washing station. And on the second night we were there, we walked over to this dishwasher station, which was behind the shower building, so you really can't see it in my pictures. I washed up the dishes, and I figured, well, I'm over here, I'll use the restroom. As we walked from the washing station, past the showers, over to the smaller building where the restrooms were, I saw what looked like a stick laying on the ground directly in front of the door to the ladies' room. As I got closer, I realized I was looking at a rattlesnake stretched out, probably cooling itself on the ground in that area. The first thing I noticed is the black and white rings on its tail, because as I approached, it stayed still, but its tail, just the tail, started to come up. And I saw those black and white rings, and automatically I knew, ooh, rattlesnake. And I stopped, I looked at it a little closer, and then I saw the markings down the back. Those diamond shape, brownish, reddish, brownish colors down its back told me it was a diamondback rattlesnake, which is one of the deadliest snakes anywhere, especially in Arizona. And that's when I looked at Levi and I looked at the snake. Fortunately, Levi has a little bit of night blindness and I don't think he saw it. But I had my flashlight on that thing and I looked at him and said, oh, hell no. We backed up, went around past the dishes and back out the other side, and I used my little porta potty. When it came time to tear down the campsite, after 2 days of resting, relaxing, I didn't even have a radio on. Literally peaceful, listening to the birds, listening to nature, listening to the coyotes howling off in the distance at night. I really didn't want to leave, but it was going to be a scorcher of the day. It had already been over 100 degrees for the 2 days we had been there. And on the third day, it was supposed to be closer to 106, 107. And I wanted to make an early escape. So the second morning for breakfast, I took my last eggs, made myself some French toast and sausage. And that's what we had for breakfast. And then I tore down camp. It only took me 30 minutes. I started in kind of the same order that I put everything up. I took the tent down first. Well, I took the bed out, deflated the bed, which it deflated in like 3 minutes. And instead of folding it, I rolled it to get all the air out of it, folded it in half, and it fit perfectly in that big black carry bag that you saw that I had gotten. Then I took down the light from inside the tent. I folded up the tent, wrapped it up, put that in the bag with the tent. Then I picked up all my little accoutrements. I packed up my stove, my camping stove, all my kitchen items, everything. I put those into the back of my car. Excuse me. Feel like I'm going to sneeze. And then I folded up the padded blanket that was underneath the shade. I folded up the tarp. And as the last thing, I took down the poles, put those in the bag, took down the sunshade, uncupped it from the car. Everything was done. It took 30 minutes literally to shake out everything and put everything away and load it in the car. And of course, while I was doing all this, His Highness Mr. Levi was sitting in the car. I had the car running to turn a little air on. And he was just sitting in the front seat, just watching and supervising while we did this. So all the items that you saw, I'm going to pop up pictures so you can actually see, in case you missed it. I'm going to show you everything that I used that came from Temu. So obviously we're going to start with the tent, and the little cap that went onto the tent was perfect. I had the little tarp that went underneath the tent, and that came with its own little stakes. So all that was Temu. I had my inflatable bed in the tent and the pump to blow it up. This is all Temu, right? I had Levi's blanket, which came from Temu also. And I had the little hanging light that I used in the center of the tent so that I could have my light in the evening. I had my little portable solar light that also had the USB capabilities for charging. That's also Temu. I obviously had the sunshade, the poles to hold the sunshade up, and the cords that secured the poles down, as well as the suction cups to hold the shade onto the top of the cord. All Temu, right? I had my camping stove, Temu. I had the windbreak on the camping stove, and I had the pan accessory, in other words, to give a more stable space on the camping stove. That came from Temu. I had my camping sporks, which are the foldable spoon and fork together. I had my Temu utensil holder, my little purple utensil holder to keep my knives, forks, and spoons in. I had my little adjustable shelf to use either for a hot pan, which I did from time to time, or to set my plate on or have things on or up and out of the way. Had that done, right? I had my little porta potty and my little toilet bag, so to speak, my toilet paper bag to use. I had the collapsible dishes, which I used for Levi's food. I know I'm probably forgetting something, but all of this, everything that I needed to go on my camping trip, came from Temu. I could not be happier with the end result of that camping trip. There were a few things that I noticed I'm missing, as you saw that in the video that I did with Sunday with Mama just yesterday. I definitely could have used that fan in the tent for a little bit of extra airflow. I could have easily used the power bank. That would have been a blessing to make sure that I had my cell phone properly charged. I did not bring my laptop with me. I totally disconnected from that part of the world. I brought the phone only for security purposes because there was cell phone service in the campsite. And if I had an emergency, I needed to have that phone. But I didn't bring it, so I did not need the inverter that I got to connect power to the car, but I will definitely be using that on our cross-country road trip. So, yeah, I am so excited. I hate to say this in a sense, but I can't wait for the house to sell so that Levi and I can start our cross-country trip. We will probably be gone weeks, months. We don't really have a deadline or a schedule. Our first schedule actually takes us north out of Arizona, heading towards Oklahoma City. I don't think we're going to make that in the first day, but we're going to get out of Arizona and partway across heading east in the first day. That's the plan. I've been sent the itinerary from the other travelers that I'm going to be caravanning with. So I won't be traveling alone. Well, I'll have Levi, but we'll all be together, keeping an eye on each other. And I don't know how long it's going to be out there for, but I'm thrilled. I'm excited. And I will be taking you guys along with me as I document our trip and how we go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Get yourself the juicer, okay? Definitely get yourself the juicer. I love that it's small, doesn't take up a lot of space, convenient, easy to travel, quick to charge. 8 mornings I can do this before I even have to worry about charging it again, right? Now I've got all my equipment, thanks to Temu, for a very successful traveling and being able to keep myself charged. Not just me, but all my items, keep everything charged up. So give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like and share this video. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, as Mama would say, do it now. And as I would say, pretty please. Y'all have a good day. Stay hydrated. Above all else, please stay sweet. And I'll catch you soon with more Temu.